What's going on, guys? Over here today bringing you Let's Talk F1 2015, and today we'll be analysing the Lotus E23 Hybrid. Lotus today released computer renderings of the new E23, so we're going to analyse it quickly for you today, showing you their new nose compared to 2014 and also some other key features of the new E23. So starting off with the biggest changes from 2014 will be obviously the nose of the Lotus. Obviously in 2014 they had the two twin tusk nose, and now due to the new regulations Lotus have had to redesign that nose. So as you can see on screen at the moment, this is the new nose. We've zoomed in on the 3D picture. So as you can see, it's very different to the Williams nose that I analysed last week on this channel. You can go check that video out by clicking my name below on the video. But it does tick all the boxes to meet the 900mm squared area at the front, and then also the 20,000mm squared area right behind it, 100mm back. As you can see, it's got a U shape to it as it goes and meets the front wing. And I've highlighted in red the areas where the air will go through, especially through the middle underneath the actual nose tip. And I've also highlighted underneath the car where the wings are beneath the car to channel air through. So essentially all designs of the F1 2015 cars for every single team, all they're trying to do is get maximum air through that little pocket underneath the nose tip and also through to those fairings and wings. So Lotus, with their narrow design, have gone for a less area underneath the actual nose tip, but a bigger, larger area on the sides where the fairings would go. And then also we can look at the front wing detail, and there's plenty of cascades going on here at the Lotus. It looks a little bit simple, to be honest though, compared to what the Mercedes was running last year, and also other cars like the Red Bull and Mclaren and Ferrari. Being a 3D render, I think that this is probably a simplified wing on purpose, and I think this will change going to Jerez. And I think at Jerez you'll probably see a new wing, probably not very new, but I guess it will have a few more cascades or winglets here and there. So now we're going to move on to the roll hoop of the car. As you can see on screen right now, we've highlighted two extra holes for cooling at the roll hoop. We've got the main engine cooling inlet at the top, which is just the standard one that you'll see on every single F1 car, but we've also got these two extra ones on the sides, on the left and right. Now this could be for two different kind of thing. The first sort of concept would be that these two different outlets could be going to the combustion chamber of the engine and helping get more air into there. And then another idea is that these inlets are connected to the outside engine cover and just pass through the engine space and allow for general cooling air to go through to the turbo structures. The way these engines are laid out is all basically the tubing that the air goes through for the turbo is all put on the side pods. So an idea that these inlets go through the side of the side pods and then come out of the exit of the engine cover could mean that they're to aid cooling to these turbo mechanisms. And this in turn will allow Lotus to make the side pods a little bit smaller in theory. But however, looking from the pictures, it really doesn't seem like Lotus have made a very sleek and small side pod design. In fact, if you just look at the side pods and the geometry of the side pods, they seem pretty similar to last year and quite boxy indeed. Last year I felt the car in general looked quite big and lumpy, and the same can be said of this year's car on the render. Near the driver cell structure and the side pods, they all just look a bit too big and a bit too unnecessary. But Lotus have been a bit smart by putting some McLaren style tunneling exits on the engine cover, allowing the side pods to taper in a lot narrower to create a Coke bottle shape at the rear. McLaren style tunnel can be seen in the picture at the moment. It's on the left hand side. As you can see, it looks very similar to what McLaren were running last year and what they might run again this year. And also it's good to know that Lotus still have the rear wing pylon support and haven't just mounted the rear wing straight to the floor like Williams have done, and we assume maybe that Lotus would have got rid of this, especially since they're not going to be running the asymmetric design they ran last year. And so the final bit to analyse of this car is the suspension. Now this is just going on the rendering and a little bit of guesswork on what it looks like from this angle. But from this angle it looks like Lotus have copied the Mercedes Y-type suspension on the front. Lotus have noted in their press release that they fully designed this suspension for the regulations and didn't tailor last year's to meet the regulations this year. So it's a fully new concepted suspension built for the regulation. So all in all, judging by what people have said on Twitter and the fans have said on Twitter, so far the best looking Formula 1 car of 2015. Definitely the nose is a really nice way to look at the rules, although it may not be the most aerodynamic, to be honest, because they've left a lot of area covered up by the nose tip and rounding it off quite nicely, aesthetically pleasing, but maybe not allowing the most air underneath the car. But Lotus in their press release have said that they're looking at really good numbers in the wind tunnel, so who am I to judge at this stage? So those were little details of the Lotus and my analysis of the E23 Hybrid. If you guys did enjoy that video, then do leave a like. Comment below on what you thought of the Lotus car. Do you like the nose of the Lotus compared to the Williams car? And if you're new around here, then do subscribe for more F1 2015 analysis just like this for every single car launch. I've been aarava, hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you guys next time.